boys, it's Dan. Welcome back to the second video with the brand new overlay and first time for the Champions League. Yes, it's Champions League game week number 5. Two games to discuss, find out what will happen in game week number 5 of the Champions League. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan 10 at checkout. Peace. And we start off on Tuesday at 5:45 with Slovan Bratislava versus Milan. AC Milan. And I think that it will be a very interesting game here between these two. I think that Milan should get the bloody job done here. And I'm going to say AC Milan to win it by 3-0 against Slovan Bratislava. And we now move to the second game at 5:45 is Sparta Prague versus Atletico de Madrid. Now, I do think Atletico de Madrid will have far too much for Sparta in this game. 3-0 to Atletico de Madrid. We move now to keeping on Tuesday, but moving an hour and a half more forward, 2.5 hours more forward, to Man City against Feyenoord at 8 o'clock. Yes, 8 o'clock for Man City Feyenoord. Now, if you are not aware, Man City have lost 5 games on the spin. Just recently losing to Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. What can they find a winning one? Can they find Feyenoord easier to beat than the other teams? They're in a crisis. You would say Man City at the current stage are in a bit of a crisis at the moment here. And I'm going to say in this game, a 1-1 draw between Man City and Feyenoord, and staying at 8 o'clock for a big one is Bayern Munich versus Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich in Munich could be one of the games of the game week. Wow. What can happen in this game? I have no idea, but what I can tell you is it'll be an interesting game. I'm gonna say Bayern München 3, PSG 0. No, 3. A 3-3 draw between Bayern and PSG. And we now move to Inter Milan versus Red Bull Leipzig. Now, Red Bull Leipzig, as we know, a capable team. So are Inter Milan playing at the Santiago Bernabeu. No, not Santiago Bernabeu. At the San Siro. Yes, at the San Siro. And I think that it could be an interesting one here of 2-1 to Inter Milan. We now move to FC Barcelona versus FC Brescia. Now, Brescia, I'm going to say it for purposes' sake, have not won a game. They have won games. They have won games. They're playing well at Brescia. Brescia are playing very, very... I didn't think that they would be this good coming into the Champions League, but they are. To be fair, they have played against easier teams, to be fair, didn't they? So, I mean, to be fair, they have played easier teams, so you can't really complain. But against the Barcelona team who are looking good, I'm going to go a 4-2 win to Barcelona. I mean, I move to Bayer 04 Leverkusen versus Salzburg. Now, Salzburg, as we know, are a very capable team, and so are Bayer Leverkusen. And I think in this game it will be Leverkusen 3, RB Leipzig 0. And now we move to Sporting Club de Portugal versus Arsenal. Second game without Lumen Amalim is at home to Arsenal, who are looking good in League and Cup, let's say League and European League. But I think that you do not know how Sporting are going to be playing off the back of losing Amalim. As you haven't already heard, Amalim's now Manchester manager. But how will they play after losing him? Will it should be right. I'm going to go 2 draw in Sporting. We now move to the last game of Tuesday. Is Young Boys versus Atalanta. Now, Europa League winners against the Swiss champions, one of the best Swedish teams probably for a long while. And I'm gonna say a 2-0 win to Atalanta. And we now move on to Wednesday's games. Start off on Wednesday at 5:45 with Savannah Zvezda versus VfL Stuttgart. Now, I do believe this game could be very one-sided here, and it will go the way of Stuttgart. 3-0 to Stuttgart, and staying at 5:45 and moving to Austria for Schlumgras versus Girona. Now, this is a team who have been playing well, but haven't got any wins, Girona. How have Girona not been winning games in the last? They've been playing, to be fair, they have been playing the work, but they have been losing a couple of games over Girona. And I'm going to say Girona will get their first win, 2-1 to Girona. We now move to another big game in Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Liverpool against Real Madrid. What can happen? 8:00 at 8:00 on Wednesday could be a big night. I'm gonna go Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 2, and we now move to PSV versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk against PSV. I'm going to keep these games short and sweet, apart from some of the big ones that we get to. But PSV 2, Shakhtar Donetsk 1. 2-1 PSV between against Shakhtar. And I move to JNK Dynamo versus Borussia Dortmund. As we know, Borussia Dortmund are a very good team. And I'm going to say Borussia Dortmund 5, Dynamo 0. We now move to Celtic versus Club Brugge. Now, Club Brugge did beat Aston Villa last time out, which nobody expected. But against a Celtic team who are looking very good, 3 points clear currently Aberdeen in the Scottish Premier League. Well, yeah, in the Scottish League. And I'm going to say they should win again. 3-1 Celtic at home to Club Brugge. And I move to AF Monaco versus Benfica. The second best club in Portugal behind Sporting at the moment in how that league goes, Sporting are 11 points clear of the next best team. But that could all change. But Monaco, I don't know, good. Benfica, no, Monaco, terrible. Monaco are useless. Benfica are good. 3-0 to Benfica. We now move to the penultimate game of the game week. Is at Aston Villa versus Juventus. Now, if Bayern Munich wasn't tough enough, Juventus are even flipping tougher. What will happen? Will Juventus win? Will Aston Villa show us what they are all about? I do not know. Are Aston Villa capable of performing? Potentially, yes. 2-2 between Aston Villa and Juventus, and we now move to the last game of the game week, which is Bologna versus LOSC Lille. Now, as we know, Bologna are good. LOSC Lille have beaten Real Madrid this Champions League campaign. They can beat anyone. LOSC Lille 3-1 to LOSC Lille, and that will bring the Champions League to an end. And I will see you lot on Wednesday for the 5th instalment of the Europa League. Until then, what will happen with the Europa League? Who we have more indication of who's going through to the knockouts and who's going into the playoffs and who's going out. Find all that out and a lot more in 2 weeks' time for game week 6. But until then, boys, have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely rest of the week, and I'll see you lot on Wednesday for Europa League. Goodbye.